Hey you guys, this is Janice Wilson Hughes, and I want to share a very quick video with you on a really easy way to make DIY drum triggers to use with e-drumming. So these are going to be hand triggers, and they really couldn't be much simpler to make, so check it out. Here's what you're going to need to create your drum trigger. You're going to need something cool to house it, like a cool cigar box. You need a disc piezo and a 1/4 inch mono jack. And I recommend using a Forstner bit instead of a regular drill bit to make the hole in your box to mount your jack, because this creates a much nicer hole. Whoop. You can buy disc piezos that are already soldered to the jack from cbgiddy.com. If you're comfortable soldering, here's all you need to do. From your piezo, the black wire here, in this case, that's coming off the metal part of the disc, that's the ground, and the part that's coming off the ceramic situation here, that red wire, that's your signal wire. So on the jack, you want to take your ground wire, the one coming off the metal part of the disc, and attach it to this lug, the one that's coming off of this piece that you can see right from the top. You take your other wire and attach that to the other leg here, and you're ready to go. Your piezo will be creating a signal that can be picked up through your jack. Drill a hole in your box for the jack and put it in a place where it's going to be convenient to have a cord sticking out of it that'll attach to your drum brain. And on the inside, you're going to want to mount your disc piezo. Now, when I show you this one is just a prototype. I haven't actually finalized it, so I have this on here temporarily. I have some tape on the lid, and then I've got double-sided tape sticking the disc to the lid, and then I've got some poster tack here, adding a little extra oomph to make sure that it doesn't come loose. But when you're happy with your trigger and you know that you want to keep it that way, I would recommend using 2-part epoxy to attach your disc piezo to the surface. And you could also use hot glue or something like that. You want to put that piezo on the part of your box that you're going to hit to make your drum sound. Attach it right to that part. And I've used boxes that have a thin lid so that the vibration transfers really easily to the piezo. Okay, that's all there is to it. It's super easy to make your triggers. I've got mine mounted onto a skateboard deck, as you can see here. And my idea was I just wanted a small kit that I could sit in my lap and play. But earlier in the video, in the intro, I had it held in a snare drum stand so that I didn't have to hold it. So you can do all kinds of stuff, get creative, use different things to put your triggers in, make it cool, make it yours. So once you have your triggers though, you're going to want to run cables from your triggers into some sort of drum brain. I'm using a Roland TM2 for my drum brain. I just wanted something simple here, and this gets the job done really well. It's super easy to use. It has 2 inputs, and both of those inputs can have 2 triggers attached to a single input. So you can have a total of 4. That's accomplished by using a TRS cable. So this has 2 inputs that come together. They're summed down into one cable and plugged in there. And then I'm running this directly out into a keyboard amp. You can also use this as a MIDI controller. So you could use this to record drums in a digital audio workspace or something like that, like GarageBand or Studio One. I hope that takes the mystery out of how to create a really simple drum trigger. I completed that drum kit a few months ago, and since then I've been working on a new project to create a MIDI instrument that actually uses piezos also as the center controllers or the center triggers, except that one is going to use a microcontroller Arduino brain to control it. But I figured I've got some prototypes here for the touch pads that I'm working on, and why don't we try hooking them up to the TM2 so that you can see there are all kinds of ways that you could do your drum triggers depending on what you want for your project. So here we go. Right here, I've got a mason jar lid and ring. These are screwed down onto this board. I have a mint tin and an old candle tin. Now all of these have a piezo disc on the inside of the lid, and then they've got padding underneath like a sponge to make sure that that piezo is pressed up against the lid. So I'll show you the inside of our mint tin here. So here you've got the piezo just taped onto the lid. And I've got a pottery sponge shoved in here because it's just the right thickness to make sure that that is pressed really nicely against the rim. I've got this mounted to the wood and the wires run out underneath. Well, like I said, all of these are similar. You can see these wires are just bare because they would connect to the microcontroller, but I'll use some little jumper wires to connect these to jacks, and we'll plug them in and see what happens. Let's turn it on and see what happens. Okay, you can see that we happen to be on the 4 on the floor setting here. So let's see if these sensors work. Nice, like a hand clap. Oop, that is a low bass drum. You won't be able to hear that unless you've got headphones or speakers going. And little cymbal. Man, you guys, you can see that these piezos, they're so simple to work with. If you want to make some drum triggers yourself, you can totally do this. Go crazy. Put them in anything that suits your project. Heck, put them in a stuffed animal and tap on that stuffed animal and you'll get a signal. Have fun with this. Hope this helps, and I'll see you guys later. Sending out wishes for wellness and well-being to everyone. See you later. Bye.